virtually every project we make as woodworkers, there will be some scraps, some little offcuts of wood, whether it be a window, a door, a wooden chastity belt. Yes, there will be wooden offcuts, or offcuts of somebody's wood. Now you see, there's a company called Festool, and they make a special tool that's ideal for loose tenons. It's called the Domino Dowler, and I actually have one. I have a Domino Dowler by Festool. Yes, the extra large one, the 700. But just like Hewlett-Packard and their replacement ink schemes, well, they just like to rip you off with their little tiny bits of wood. Yeah, these little ready-made dowels, oval dowels, or square dowels with round edges. Well, anyway, they're just dowels. They're little tiny bits of wood. Why the hell do woodworkers buy little tiny bits of wood already prepped up when they've got all the machinery to make their own little bits of wood? And if you're spending 1,400 squid on a machine, I'm sure you've already got some machines like a router, so you can make your own little tiny bits of wood. So you don't have to spend huge amounts of money on stupid little tiny bits of wood. At a beach, which is short grain, ain't much good anyway. No, and it rots quick. Well, I tend to make things out of oak, so it makes sense to me to make my fixings, my loose tenons, out of oak, don't you? So what I do is I tend to just cut some stock to size. If I've got 12mm dominoes, well, I will cut some 12mm thick stock through the table saw. And if I want to titillate it up, I'll run it through the thicknesser. It makes sense, you know. And once I got all my stock together, ready to go, I just go over to the old router table, install a round over bit, set it to height, and pass the pieces of wood through the router table. Oh, blimey, I've lost me insert. Who stole me insert? Was it you? Now, since making this video, I've actually upgraded this since, and I've got a special little jig for it, because I like my jigs, you see, and everything just fits the treat. And you actually pass the pieces of wood through a space, so you don't actually have to put pressure on. You don't need your fingers or any fingers, no, to hold the wood to the fence. Now this is a CMT router bit. I just pass it through 4 times. But my new jig works so much better that it does. The ideal thing to do is to make long sections of dowel and then just cut them off to length. It's safer, you know, instead of dealing with small pieces of wood. Which is what we're doing here. We're going to cut them to length, we are. But if I bring the saw too far over the dowels, the back of the blade will lift the dowels and it'll jam up. So the trick is not to bring the saw too far forward. But good idea, eh, if these machines had a stop, I suppose. Maybe that's an idea. So here is my Festool Domino dowel. So let's demonstrate how we stick 2 bits of wood together using the Festool Domino dowel. The beauty about this machine is just those little fingers. Well, for alignment, you see, and repeated alignment. And they work so well, I'll tell you, yeah. The only thing, what you must remember though is to work off the same face every time, just like you would do with a biscuit joiner. There goes 1 mortise, and there goes 2 mortises. Look, there's now 4 mortises, and they will marry together in perfect harmony. That they will. Just check the measurements. Yeah, spot on. I knew they were going to be, just showing you really. Now you've got a depth stop, so you've got to make sure you've got enough depth on your mortise, but not too deep. Yeah, perfect. That it is. So there you go. Why the hell would you pay money for those stupid little domino dowels when you can make them for free? Ooh, and I like free. That I do. Toodaloo.